Okay, I hope we are back. Sorry about that. I installed Arabic phones, and apparently I still cannot locate them. I was checking something in here. Okay, thanks for informing me. I was checking if I'm back because sometimes I start the stream and I start talking, but the stream doesn't catch the first few seconds. So apparently I don't need a restart, and apparently I don't need to locate the font. I'm sure you can type Arabic with this font, but when I write number, it depends on the system default. And when I try to change it, he tried to change my whole system. And the last thing in the world that I want to see is my Windows become Arabic. Oh my god, it will take me 3 months to locate the setting, to locate the language in Arabic, to change it back to English. so, uh, actually, there's a way to find the characters from the ASCII, the Arabic ASCII from here. Let's locate them. Let's just locate the suckers and take them one by one. Look at that. So let's select them. Where is it? Oh. Um. As usual. Nothing works smoothly. There's almost a problem. Oh, look at that. Okay. No. Oh, what the hell? This is the old floor. This is the old floor. There you go. Oh, actually, Sudoko doesn't have. Good, good. Okay. So what we need to do is to make it a larger font, a little bit larger. Actually, no, this is large enough, I believe, because we need the size of 96 or 60. What was it? 96? I believe. Because I decided to take 48 by 2. So 96 multiplied by 9 is 864. Yeah, I'm not an artist and I don't have advanced arts items or stuff. So I quite suck at this stuff. Let's see if this thing have grid. I never thought about using a grid, but it will be really useful if the... As I said, I'm learning in here. So don't expect me Mr. Professional Perfect Bastard who know everything immediately from Google but behind the scene and come with a script knowing what he's saying. No, I'm just a regular Joe doing his work. So does Microsoft Paint has grid? Oh, it seems there is one. Oh, what the Hmm. Oh, can I enlarge it? Decrease it? Hello? Um, um, I don't think you can resize the grid. Alright. How to resize the grid in grid lines help give you visual cues when you are forming an office in PowerPoint and Word. Um, I ask, oh well. Apparently they don't, in short. So I'm not sure. This grid, I don't think it's super helpful. So what I'm going to do is the usual thing as usual, is to do my own fucking grid. Which is, to be honest, if you're an artist, you have all the right to laugh. You have all the right to laugh. So this is the 96. Oops. And if we copy it, we get our own grid. And actually, we can use it as part of the Sudoko grid, which is not a very bad idea. Oh shit. I copied in the clipboard. I lost the Arabic numbers. I believe the clipboard memory is shared to everything. And it's just only to remember the last one. And you can tell we made a misstep. So the size of this guy should be 96. And this one should be 96 multiplied by 9, 846. So why did the last one take more size? Did the ruler screw me up? I guess. Anyway, I'm not sure what's the cause of the problem. 873. What? Oh crap. Standard. 96 multiplied by 9. Did I fail multiplication now? I'm not sure. Let me remove the ruler. Weird. To be honest, I'm not going to use it as a science. Oh. Transparent. All right. Look at that. Because you're smart, good for nothing, nothing. Sudoko doesn't have 0. And now we need to make them in the middle. I could do that in XNA, but I'm doing this for an Arabic Facebook group for Arabic programmers, and most of them are programmers, and it will be more beneficial for them to see my work in C#. I'm going to post this video again in C#, and I don't think these numbers, all of them in the middle, but this is like the final good touch that you put on the game. It's not the best, the most important thing. Now let's do the Arabic thing. Just to show the people that you have an Arabic game. And show off, yeah, I'm Arabic, I'm making a game. Like if it was a big deal. It was a big deal 30 years ago, but yeah. Now engines start to give an easy access to a lot of things, and even intermediate school students can make games by using these engines. Yeah, we used to use this since '95 to get cool symbols and use the notepad, the number pad, and hold shift or alt, I don't remember, to make an ASCII, because when you hold it, it shows you the ASCII value, and you can use it to draw symbols. But these are native or not native ASCII symbols, the Unicode symbols. So you need the 2 byte or the 2 character to represent each. 16-bit, sorry, 16-bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let's try to space them out. All right, the 1 is in a good position. Are they too huge? I believe so. We will see in a second. All right. So now we have our image. Let's go to the Sudoku. And let's make a file. And give it a random number like 1, and this one we enter the Sudoku puzzle, and let me follow his exact format so they don't tell me you are not using the correct format that we gave you, because you are going to use your code for whatever. Let me find the question first. Give me a second. If I clicked on my face, does it show me the last places that? Nope. Yeah, I'm not that a big fan of Facebook or even social medias or smartphones or anything, so I'm kind of a little bit novice in this stuff. Where was he, damn it? I was reading on the bed trying to sleep, and he listed this question a few hours ago as a challenge, and nobody answered him, so I was like, why not to play around? There you go. So he want the format like this, and he give the solution like this. First of all, this is not a real Sudoku because he's using zeros. Second of all, let's take a real example. So let's take this one. I'm sure there are smart algorithms where it does. Oh, he used zero to decide if it is an empty place, which is not bad, not bad. Okay. Hopefully I won't take forever to solve this problem. So now we have a Sudoku. Now we need to think about the problem in our hand. We have a Sudoku, how can we represent it in a code? Let me turn off my engine and my game. It takes some memory. So let's add a class to represent the Sudoku, and actually it can be procedural program, one form, and that's it. But let's make it more professional so we can reuse it. Actually yeah, I can take the game in the Sudoku here, the puzzle and the puzzle solver, and put in my game engine as a mini game and reload it in my engine and show it in my engine, the interface and the dialogue system I made, and there you go. So this is a good way to show you, and actually I can show off with that in my channel too, to reuse it in my engine and show it how my engine will deal with it. So let's add a function, sorry, a class. It's funny, the project Sudoku, the file is Sudoku, it's just not good. I will call it Sudoku class. So here where algorithm or Khwarazm or Khwarazmiyat comes in. What does Khwarazmiyat mean? Khwarazmiyat is some kind of science to figure out, to analyze and figure out how to build a solution, usually by building a data structure. So this is how it works. You need to analyze your problem, find the input, find the output, and how to proceed it, and what kind of data structure you use. And this is from my brain, from my understanding, from my ass if you want. If you go into search in Wikipedia, they will give you 100% much more fancier text to define algorithm. But this is what it means. This is what it means from my understanding. If you're going to teach me how wrong I am after you watch this video, please do, but I won't care. So you see, we can consider this as a double array of integers, or even byte, if you want. And this is the most native form of the problem. But we need to find a way to solve it. Maybe it's much easier to look at the problem, how to solve by the brain first. So hopefully all of you are familiar how the Sudoku is played. If you're not familiar with the Sudoku rules and how it's played, please pause the video and search how it's played, watch a video, read about it, try to solve some puzzles, then come back. Because I don't want to describe the whole procedure in here. So this game, we usually need to fill these numbers, and there are 3 rules. The first rule is every small rectangle must have one unique number from 1 to 9. The second rule is every row should have one unique number from 1 to 9. So 7 in here, you cannot have 7 in here. The third row, each column must have 1 line. So you might think, well, this is how the human brain works. So what if we save the data 1 column at a time to solve the first problem? But this approach won't give you an easy way to solve the problem from the columns. So let me write that down. For example, if I said we have an integer called rows, and it's made of 9, and actually it's a double array. And with this instructor, with this data structure, we could save each row together. So this one is the first one, this one is the second one, this one is third one, and it goes on. Or you can save them as columns. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Or we can save it just as both of them. Oh yes, in C# actually you can just do something crazy. You can do this. I remember that. So this one is a fixed size. Unlike Java you cannot do that. In Visual Basic you cannot do like Java, the 2 of them. You cannot do that. In C plus or C, I don't remember, you could do this. I don't remember which language you can do this, maybe in Java. But in C you cannot do this, and C# is following that way, because you must have the number in here. Oh, sorry. And these can be any number, but you cannot decide them as fixed. So you can take rows. Let me remove this one and say number 0 is equal to new int 9, and you need to do over and over. Of course my code is screwed up and I don't know why. So what's the problem with this code? I don't know what's the problem here. Do you imagine that? Yeah. So this one is this one, and I'm trying to use the first one. Maybe because this one is not initialized, but I'm trying to initialize it now. Nope. It's funny how many years I have programmed and I'm stuck with these problems. And this is why when people tell you the language doesn't matter, it's the way how you think. This is partially is the thing. Let me try again. Rows, or maybe we need a code first, like to initialize whatever. I don't think that's the problem. He's fine with that, but he's not fucking fine with this. Like, why? Oh, what? He's fine with this now. So apparently you cannot initialize them from outside the space. You must initialize them somewhere. Don't ask me why. Maybe because, oh yes, silly you. What are you doing? Silly you. You cannot make a loop outside. Yeah. My mistake. Because I was trying to define something in here. Yeah, my mistake. Screw me. Excuse me. It's late at night, cannot sleep, and I'm just screw up in here and there. Anyway. So, as I said, the way how you look at the data structure is very important to build your own solution. So let's build it as 9 by 9 and take a look. So here we can make an empty constructor, and we can make as a constructor that take an double integer array. And this will be a pointer, which I really don't like, and I don't think the clone is that good. Yeah, let's make a loop just in safe. I hate pointers and I cannot trust them enough to do stuff without having issues with them. What am I doing? Yes. We are starting from 0, even though we have only from 1 to 9, and we need to be careful with that as a programmer. So what's the problem in this code before I finish it? What do you think is the problem? Nothing, because it's already initialized. Screw me. Anyway. Okay, what's the problem in this code again? I found another one. We didn't make sure that the data that we are sending have the size of 9 and 9. And to be honest, I have no clue how to check. Let me try, because I'm not familiar how to use these kinds of data structures. As you can see, it's not an array of arrays. So as you can see, it doesn't have count. but check the total number of elements. So what we are going to do, we are going to print it. This is the first step. Now we are going to make another constructor that load a file. And to load a file, we should add, wow, I start to get tired and my energy is getting lower. File, system watch is a beautiful thing. Is that the same thing I'm using to open my files? Or is there a file? This is a folder browser. Maybe this is the thing. But let me take a look. It's called open folder dialog or whatever. But I'm quite lazy now. Save file dialog. And open file, see open file dialog. Thank you. I didn't want to come and search and find it's not there and hate myself and not you. The name. So when we click on open from file, let me select all of them. I'll click on play on random. I'll create Sudoko, or even exit, or hint. Whoops. Let me remove the designer. Whenever you remove a function from here, the designer will start crying because the designer is doing a lot of work for you and it generates the components for you and their info. But whenever you remove the function and the event handler or the delegate will be still stay in the designer and you need to delete it manually. Yeah, I'm trying to make videos for education because sooner or later I will make some educational videos and I'm trying to train myself to do that. So what I'm trying to do is to group all the menu strips functions, and now I can take all of them and put them in one region. Ooh. And now we can put some notes in here like hint section, play section, and let's order them in the same order because play random is the first one, and we want to do this, so we are going to use the ifd thing. And let me be honest, I don't know how to learn on this. Let me copy the code from my old work again. So what we are going to do is we are going to add to the game a Sudoku object. And actually we don't need to initialize it, but it's alright. And then we take the Sudoku game and send the file to the Sudoku constructor. And in here, I want to check something. I want to check what's the file name. Crap. Good. So this guy will send the path to this guy, and this guy should load the file. How do I open the file? Damn it. Open stream? I believe it's the open stream thing. Once again, we are going to steal some code. Or maybe we can depend on ourselves a little bit. So let's go to I believe the map class can open the file from the stream. Yeah, file reader. We can use file reader. Hello. This is not my regular engine work. I'm just doing a Sudoku game. And it's quite late at night, actually almost the morning. And I'm just fooling around. I know, but this is my channel for the engine. And all of a sudden I couldn't sleep, and I was like reading in the Facebook, someone is asking for a challenge to make a pseudo solution program to give you a Sudoku in the file, and the program give you a solution. I was like, let's do that for fun. Then I was like, let's stream that for fun. It's 4:30 a.m. So I'm doing this just for fun. Thank you. So I'm trying to my best to make it educational and at the same time to show how I'm thinking, how to solve the problem. And it seems it doesn't attract a lot of people, but what to do? We are programmers. We are not made to be an entertainers or anything, I guess. But I will write the video on YouTube and then put it on the website and there on the, what do they call it? Facebook. So we are trying to load the data from the Sudoku file and make a Sudoku out of it. And it shouldn't be hard, but because this is a stupid challenge program, I shouldn't worry about edge cases like what if the file is longer than that, what if that is longer than that. But in the same time, I want to reuse this software, So maybe it's better to make some precautions, some, not a lot, just some. For example, if data stream length is not 9 by 9, I cannot count 9 by 8, 1. Return, and of course we need to print a message. Show message box. I believe there's a message, but yeah, excuse me, we will search what was the name. Message box show. Message box, why didn't it show, damn it. Take it easy, take it easy. Let's go to the Miss DNA. Maybe I need to load the library. No, it's in the system windows, damn it. Oh, because yeah, I need to load the system window, whatever. Yeah, it's live in the window forums, and I tried to call the problem from my normal class, which doesn't have the window forums. No, it does. Whack whack wow. No, this is the wrong class. Sorry, the wrong project actually. So here, there is no Windows forum. Oh, system. And but the thing is, I want this class to be independent. So let's remove that and not use message box. And instead, we can. Nope. You see here, we can see all kinds of problems. And this is very good for educational, actually. For education, this is a perfect example. What the problem is, I'm trying to break the method or stop making an object if the data is incorrect. But I'm using a constructor, and this is not good. Why? Because the constructor will already make an object. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you use a constructor, the object's already made when you use the keyword new. So even if you return here, you will still get a corrupted object of Sudoku. So you shouldn't use a constructor in this case. So, but you might ask me, then what should we use? We want to make an object from this class, and yet the constructor is no because we want to cancel it. And that time you can use a static function, and with that function you create a Sudoku object and return it. And these have their own kind of problems because you will return null. Then you need, whenever you call this function, to deal with null. And in here we can make our own double integer array. Around 2010, I've been programming C# 2010. But before that, I used to program Visual Basic Net for 2 years. And before that, Java for 3 years. C++ for less than 2 months. And before that, Visual Basic 6 for a very good amount of time. For around 3-4 years. But I was programming Visual Basic 6 and Java at the same time too. Visual Basic 6 was most of my experience. I built it from Visual Basic 6 actually. So yeah, I'm 32. So I spent a good amount of time fooling around. If the file doesn't exist, or the length of the characters in a file doesn't fit, then we return null. Otherwise, we build our own Sudoko. In the university, I done a lot of other things, but didn't do in my own personal projects. I done a lot. I done Haskell, I done libs more than Haskell. I done Prolog a little bit. I made on my own Prolog interpreter twice. I used Java CC, I used Python. I used Python again for making another compiler language. I use C a lot in OS and other programs and Linux. I kinda got good with C actually for a while, but C is C. So I done a lot. I've been in the school 3 times in a row. Yeah. But to be honest, I'm very slow in learning, and I have some autism. A lot of people learn and memorize way much faster. I see people master some languages in 4 months, and I struggle in 5 years to get some basics. But apparently, to be successful, you need to just work hard. Apparently, you need to just keep working. And so yeah, this has become a chat instead of challenge. But I'm just fooling around, no worries. You're welcome. You're the only one who's staying here at least. Monica, I believe that's a female name. Yeah, not a lot of programmer females in this industry. What I was going to do, yes, fill the data. So I thought she liked programming, but oh well. Guess that's what not her interest. Just totally screwed up. Yes, recently there were a lot of girls entered this field. Thanks for education in high school and intermediate school when they start to introduce some easier way for logic and not try to scare girls from math and programming and telling them programming is only for guys. It's kind of interesting to see that. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know. I don't think there were like 1/10 of the girls in this field. So now we can take character by character from the file, because we have a string, and Yeah, I've been to school recently, and I've been to school in 2003 in university. When I say school, I mean university, and I saw differences. I saw differences in numbers. And again, the array starts from 0. Even though the Sudoku deals with number from 1 to 9, you don't need to be confused with that. And now we can put the numbers in this one by one. Actually, we can turn this into byte. And let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Because we don't have negative numbers. And we don't have any issue in here. Okay. So we could parse the numbers from string by using the parse function from the data type. So if you want to parse int, you use integer in here. But because we are using byte, let's use this one. And now the data in here will be read from beginning to the end. And I have some fear that the enter in here might be countered. It might be considered as, it will be definitely considered as a character. So he will see it as /r/n. And this is the what do you call it? Return something. So this is a hidden value to represent the enter itself. So as a novice programmer, you might not know about that, and when you first stumble about it, or into it, I mean, you will understand why programmers hate their lives sometimes. But we will check about that later and see how to avoid that. But first, let's imagine if this stream is a continuous stream without enters. What should we do in here? We need to take the data stream, and in C# there's a very powerful way to access the characters inside the string. You can use the indexer here and put the location of the string, and it will give you the character, and instead of using character at from the Java, or change it into character array and then pick one. So you can immediately pick the character in here, and we should pick J plus, and I is considered as 9 numbers. So here I is equal to 0, J is equal to 1, J is equal to 9, I is equal to 0. Oosh. So in here at the end, I is equal to 0, J is equal to 9, but here at the end I is equal to 1, J is equal to 9, and J in here is equal to 0. So I is always considered as 9 numbers plus I multiplied by 9. Because this is a character and parse accept a string, it doesn't want a character, you can turn it into a string by using toString function. And this is one of the best usage of toString function. This function will turn the data type or the object into a string format that accepted. Or you can use a trick by adding a string to the whole thing. But for educational purposes, again, we show you why toString is useful, because we can actually use a toString in this class, implement one, to return the data as a folder. Now we need to return the data type. No, we need to return an object, an instance for the Sudoko class. So we return a new Sudoko with this array that we just built from the file. Oh yes, we need to use the new. Um, do you remember when I made a constructor that load a file? Well, I removed the constructor and made a new function to do that. So let's use it instead. And there you go. So before that works, let's check the file. How does it look like when we load it? Here, the data hasn't been initialized yet. You are debugging and checking the code in here. So when you hover the mouse over it, it will tell you null because it didn't do the step yet. When you step into another step, you will see the data. So as I told you, the /r/n is here. And we don't want that. So actually, this guy will refuse the value because it's bigger than what we need. So we need to find a way to remove these guys. And the easiest way I can come up with, the easiest and the most shallow way ever, is to take each 9 numbers and add it in the string builder and just add manually all the parts. This is the first way. The second way is to use split. Let me see. What does split do? So this one, it will split the array based on characters you have. But it will give you an array of strings. Is there a way to combine an array of string immediately? Let's give it a try. So the separator is /r and /n. It accepts a new params car. New car. I'm not sure how to do this. Is it? We will figure it out. We will figure it out. The easiest way is to use Google, but let me try something. A new char. Yeah, it seems it accepts just an array of characters. So we need /r and /n. What I fear is, hopefully you know what's the /r/n. If you don't know, these are system characters, and this is the carriage return, and this symbol means /r that, do you see this pointer? That's me returning to the first line. And /n mean go to the next line or a new line. So actually the system doesn't see the file like this. The system see the file. Let me delete these. See it like this. And because this is not a real character, of course this is in the memory. This is actually a Unicode value. I believe less than 13. I believe it's 27 if I'm not mistaken. So the value of 27 or whatever /r is, this is just the symbol that the programmers use it. But there is a character have a value to represent the carriage return and the new line. So he see the whole thing like this. But in the file as a user, it show you that there's a new lines in here. And instead of returning from here, we are using /r, so it returned from here. The sad part is in Java, when you open the files, some of the files format doesn't use the curse return, and /n immediately make a new line and take it to the beginning. And this make a lot of confusion between different languages, and when you load the files in binary and try to figure out what the hell is going on, some of them have cards return, some of them don't. And when you have such issues, God help you, it's a lot of headache. You need to make conditions to check everything. So now this one return an array of strings, and I'm not sure if I can unionize them. How to say that? To make them as one unit. Unionize. No, that's I'm not sure how to merge them. That's the right word. But I was trying to say something silly. Don't get confused with union. Union merge two arrays into one. So this is not the one. Wait. No, this one merge all of them into one, I believe. Merge? Join? Maybe this is a lingo crap. I'm not familiar with lingo. When I learned C#, lingo didn't exist, or it was just beta or something, and it wasn't there. So I'm not familiar with a lot of the crap in here. So let's do it in a hard way. So let's save this one into this one, and then we do a loop. And then we make a builder, and myself. A string builder is a class used to merge data for strings in a smooth and efficient way. Because whenever you make a string, it's immutable construction, or they call it immutable struct, but this is a data type, so I don't think it's called immutable struct. It's called immutable data or something. What does it mean? You cannot rewrite the data in the memory for it. You need to create a new data every time. So whenever you have a loop that you need to merge or do a lot of calculation in strings, it's better to use the string builder. Much faster and much lighter on the memory. Way much lighter. So here we are going to embed all of these strings, and then use this one to have, and once again we are using the toString function to return the value of the string builder object and turn it into a string. Let's give it a try. So as you can see, it loaded the file in the correct way. It removed all the /n and the /r because we saved each one of them in an array. So we made 17 arrays, and this is what I feared. He actually considered, because we have /r/n, he considered the empty space in here as an array, as a string. And when we used append, we didn't append them because they are where empty spaces. So you can see this is the first one, the empty space between /r/n, empty one /r/n, empty one. So if the file for some reason have /n without /r and it's working, this code will still work with them. So there you go. I don't need to check if there's /r or /int by using this way. So it should continue and add the values in the correct position. So as you can see, I'm trying to test everything in here by showing you how to test them and check the values. Of course, you can use the watcher to watch the values in here. So we need to check the Sudoko data, and we can check the Sudoko data in here. And it says the first one is 530, and we can read the values 530, 007, and 4 zeros, and then 6. And this is the last one in the line, 8. So this is the one, 0, 0. So this one is number line. Let's check this one. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 5, 4. And 5, 4 is 2. So our data is loaded correctly. I didn't save the file, so the /r/n didn't exist in the file. Even if it exists, no, he will take slash as a slash, not as the data type. Be careful. And there you go, we got a new Sudoku file. Now we want to show the values in here. I know I'm taking all my sweet time, sorry about that. How can I turn it into a checkbox? Okay. Oh crap, look at that. I don't trust this. I don't think this will work. Let me remove this. Yes, C# is built on the .NET frame, and Microsoft made all the languages look similar, and all of them use the common language. So the GUI actually is exactly the same GUI. Most of the control here are exactly the same ones. That's why they look similar. Most of them turn into another language, intermediate language, called the common language, CLI, if I'm not mistaken. And it works similar to the Java. It's a hybrid language. Oops, maybe it's not one. CLR? Yeah, CLR. I done Java for a few years, yeah. I have been in university, and yeah. We learned Java in university only. Nope, never done smartphone things. It was kinda on fire. The Android programming language, I've seen a lot of people went to it in 2004, and they were correct. They got a lot of money from that, and a lot of people told me there's a lot of money on it. And I tried to do an emulator and do the mobile programming for myself without a book, and I saw it way too hard. I just screwed up. It wasn't for me, and I gave up on it. And that was in 2003, and it was a big mistake actually. I programmed on iPhone a little bit, and man, I hated Objective-C. I really hated Objective-C. But nope, never tried the Android. I'm sure porting problems, most of them, and the connection and the simulation are much easier these days. I'm sure programmers found ways. Don't blame me with that. I don't blame you with that. Yeah. Actually, I never used a smartphone till I returned to Saudi Arabia and my dad got me one. Thanks for him, I know what's an iPhone look like. Don't get me wrong, it's a very fancy device, but I don't think it's worth it to spend all that money every year to buy one. Yes, yes, but I lived in USA for 6 years. And I returned home a year and a half. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's quite late at here. It's almost the morning. I should start working after 4 hours or 5 hours. But I guess I cannot work today. Thanks God I'm the boss, so no one can tell me what to do. So where were we? Yes, the language. Um, Me? Have a lot of oil? When? Why? Where? I don't have any oil. The government have oil. I have my family support. And their hard work. That's what I have. Yeah, when I went to US, a lot of Chinese and even American people thought that the citizens have the oil.